gearheads, thanks for tuning in. On this episode of Dan's Garage, Dan has taken out and resealed the Hydro Boost right over here. Let's see how it turns out, because I don't know if it's going to hold up. Hey Dan, run that intro!
Hey gearheads, thanks for tuning in. So on this episode, Albert's over here and he's going to help me reseal the power brake booster Hydro Boost system thing. So what we have here is the Hydro Boost system. So most vehicles have a vacuum actuated booster. This actually has a hydraulic actuated booster, and the hydraulic fluid is provided by the power steering pump. So the power steering pump has fluid in it, gives it power steering, and also gives it power brakes. So it's all one system. This unit right here is leaking, so we're going to go ahead and take this out. We're going to put 3 new seals in it. We're going to put it back in, and he's going to help, right?
Sure, yeah, I'm here to help.
All right, well, let's get started.
Sure.
All right, so this is the Hydro Boost unit. I know it looks a little wet. That's really just moisture from the air, but it's leaking at the bottom. So we have to disconnect the master. So there's 2 nuts here, one on either side, and then we got to take these 3 lines off of it, and then there's 4 studs that go through the firewall that we have to access from inside the vehicle and disconnect the brake pedal, and then this whole unit will come off. We'll put that on the bench and take a look at it. With this being an 84, I'm still really not sure if some stuff is metric and some stuff is standard, or if it's half and half or what.
There it goes. The bolt comes all the way off? I mean the nut?
The nut? Yeah, well, let's loosen the other one first. Make sure they're both loose.
Alright, I can take this off, I think.
This master's gonna come
nice.
off.
You need to put that somewhere?
I don't know, I might want to bungee it up just to support it from the lines.
Yeah, because you don't want to bend those lines.
As we know, I like to put nuts back on the bolts that they came off of so we don't lose them and we know where they go. We could drop this down for now. And you can see how wet this is in here. That's where it's leaking from. There's a seal inside there.
You're sure?
Yeah, and we'll get an angle of that in a minute. So I went to grab one bungee cord, and of course they're all hooked together in the bungee cord box. So if somebody has a good idea on how to store bungee cords so you can get one out without all of them coming out, I don't know, maybe I gotta wrap each one up by itself. But what I plan on doing with one of these when I get it is I'm gonna hang this up just so there's not stress on it, because I don't want it hanging down on the lines once we remove this thing. So maybe I can put it through here or something. Will that work? Do that. Do this. Look at that. Alright. So that's it for this side. So we'll go ahead inside the vehicle and I'll show you what we got to do in there. Oh, actually there's a nut on the outside here first. Let's do that.
Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? I
go
thought you had to do it from the inside.
Well, this one's on the outside, so I figured we'll just make sure we can get this loose, and then we'll do this one last because this is going to pop it off. So now we can go inside and do the other ones. Right?
I like this. Nice.
Alright, so when I get this off, you'll be able to see where the rod disconnects and the nuts, but right now I can't really show you, but this is under the dash. Alright, so I got the 2 from inside, so the last 2 we need to get to is these nuts down here. There's one on this side and one on the other side. So
hold on a minute.
Thank you, nurse. Okay. Suction. Look at that.
Maybe, what's the other one?
Oh, hey, look at that. There's 2 more on the top. That should be easy to get. You want to grab those?
Yeah.
Wait, that one's easier, so see if you can get this one, because then I can support it. That's going to be rough. Wait. Come. There you go.
Here?
Yeah. Just make sure you're on it square.
Come on, bitch. Come on, Albert. There it is.
Yep.
Am I going backwards?
Yeah, you should be.
What's happening? It's probably spinning.
Hold it down.
What do you mean, hold it down?
There you go. Give it a little love muscle. Yeah, keep going. Wow. I didn't spray these, so I didn't know.
I didn't know it was that.
Alright, just make sure we don't lose that.
That's down.
And this should be the last one.
There we go, baby. I got it.
Alright.
I would go from here. Go from the flange.
Wait. Right. Let me get
It's coming. I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
You're going to pull it off?
Yep.
All right, that should come out, and the pedal's going to be on it. So just, all right,
I got it.
Woo! Let's go get this on the bench.
Nice.
And wash our hands. Okay, so we got it out. It was a little bit difficult to get the nuts on the inside and to get the brake pedal separated, but I was able to do it, so that's good. So now we got it out on the bench. We're going to go ahead and clean it up, and let me show you what we have to do next. All right, so here's the unit itself. Like I said, I want to clean it up. This is the plate that went on the firewall. That's the part that goes to your brake pedal. So this is the separation of the two cases. So we have to pull these 3/8 bolts out, and then this will separate it. And these are the seals that we're going to put into it. There's 3 seals in here. I think there's 3. Maybe there's 4. No, I think there's 3. So we'll see where they need to go once we get it open. Okay, so now we have this separated, so we just want to very gently separate this so we don't lose any of the pistons or parts.
Nice.
And one's going to come out one way and one's going to come out the other way.
I'm going to hold that?
No, I'm going to try and just put it up on its back so it doesn't fall out anywhere.
Come on, man.
And then we have this one. So
now
that has to sit in this fork when it goes in. So
where's the seal?
Here's one of the seals, the big figure 8 one.
So it probably will just pull if you hold it for me.
Wait, you're hooked on the metal there. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'm giving myself a little, that's all. I just want to give myself a little. There it is. I really don't need that anymore. Same way.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and plop the new one in. Plop is a technical term. Does that have to go on one way or the other?
I mean, you can look at it yourself. I kind of examined it. It looks... well, there is a ridge, though.
Yeah.
No, that's just how they put it together. That's in the middle. No, it's got to be just like this. Again, this just came out pretty easy, and these don't look bad to me, but... You know, we're in here now, so Dan's right, but it's...
I don't think this is the one that was leaking. I think it was the other one.
This is loose. You want to put some, what do you guys use on the engines we usually use?
Oh, that is pretty loose in there.
It is.
Again... That would seem to fit better.
It's...
But it's not really sealing left to right. It's sealing front to back. So when this is sandwiched together...
Do you want to put something to hold it?
It actually feels a little taller.
We put a...
No.
What do you call it?
RTV.
No.
No, that should be fine. This seal we want to replace is inside here. I'm not sure where that third seal even is. They might give you 2 different seals for 2 different units. That might just be easier packaging for them. Might be better for them to waste 5 cents on it and to save all that packaging and package it together. You may need either the bigger one or smaller one. I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Well, maybe I can get that on my camera.
Hard enough to do this.
Let's do this. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's good. So what you want to try to do is not score any of the metal in there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
And so he's got these weird little hook tools, which I'm sure most of you guys have. And
thinking if I lift it with the one, I might be able to grab it with the other. Does that make sense?
Is that sitting inside of the cylinder?
Yes, there's a channel in here that it sits in.
Okay.
So I know the light's not the best, but this is coming out, and it looks like the open end is towards us. So I want to make sure we get it back in the same way. There we go. So it came out like this. Here's the new one. We want to put this in, but first we're just going to go ahead and clean this channel on the inside. Good to put a little power steering fluid on here to kind of help it seal and get in without tearing. So go ahead and lube that up a little bit. And we're just kind of squeeze it in. Run your finger around, make sure it's sealed correctly all the way in, which it looks like it is. So we'll just do another final cleaning of this and we're ready to put it back together. So if you can get one of those bolts ready to go. Oh no, see how that happened? I freaking just fell right
that's
out.
why I wanted to put something to hold it in, man.
Oh, actually, you know what? I gotta make sure this gets on that.
What do you want me to do?
If you can get that reseated. we do have to make sure that this top one is in. Oh, there you go. So I can lower this down a little bit. You can see how this this has a channel it has to sit in. So we want to make sure that it's sitting in the channel, which it is. So I think we're good. The new seal is a little harder because it's newer, so it may just need to be compressed back in.
I just think it's got to be compressed.
We got the Hydro Boost back together. We got the seals in it, so it's basically installation. Obviously, is the opposite of the taking it out. So we're just going to be very careful when we put it back in. We may torque some bolts and nuts. We might not. We might just put it back in and see what happens. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Sounds about right.
Installation is the reversal of removal with some, torque maybe action. I don't know about torquing these, but
isn't that literally the same thing I just said?
Yeah, but I'm saying it in a different way, like more charismatic.
Different
Plus,
intonation.
I have sunglasses.
Different intonation.
Intonation.
That's what I said. Intonation. All right.
Oh, inflection.
Inflection. There you go. All right. We have our inflection and intonation.
Look how clean that thing is.
Yeah, I wiped it down. Hopefully, it won't be weeping out this hole anymore. It's built up.
Let's hope so.
I think it has two different options depending on which system you're working with or on or whatever. Thanks, sir. Just move all these guys out the way, and this should
come on, baby.
pop right on these studs. You know how I like starting things by hand? Make sure they're going in nice and easy before you hit anything with wrenches, guns, or any other kind of things. The best thing with these, when you're trying to get these nuts in on the soft lines, the open lines, brake lines, and tubing and things, is to wiggle it while you're loosening it or tightening it, because if it's off a little bit, it'll be harder. Now I need to go under the dash, put the pedal back on.
All right, Dad's going to go underneath and
if you want to put that in here, take these nuts off, put that on, you can put those nuts on.
Take what nuts off?
Take the nuts off.
Oh,
the mask on.
time for, and this just sits?
Yeah, that just goes, whoa, which way? Either way.
What do you mean? Come on, man. Yes! I got it, man.
Stop.
Do you want to tell them where you're at, or?
Yeah, I'm right here.
So Dan's tightened it. He's satisfied.
This?
You don't like that?
Why is that moving like that?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. We're going to ignore that.
Seriously?
It's supposed to be like that. Well, I don't know.
Well, let's find out. We probably didn't tighten up one of the bolts.
No, but that's on the inside. It's going against that thing. It's going against the plate. So we took the bungee cord off. We got the inside bolts all set. We got the master back on. We put the push rod in the right way. These lines are on, but they're not tightened.
Oh, we didn't tighten
those. So we got to tighten these. And then I think that's pretty much it.
And then we're going to pump a bunch of brake through it at 64.5 psi, I think. 0.6.
All right, feels nice and tight. We're going to go ahead and tighten these lines up, and then I think that's it. We'll go ahead and dry everything up, and we'll see if we can put some pressure to it. We'll check the fluid. Hey, that doesn't look good.
What?
Look at that.
Where are you?
As I'm tightening this line, look at that.
That's not good.
It's throwing fluid out. I don't know. Let's see if we can replace this hose.
Yeah.
As well while we're in here. Yeah. This is a non-pressure return line, so there shouldn't really be too much pressure on it.
Oh gosh. I love it when you speak like that, man. A non-pressure return line.
So we're going to replace this hose here, and as I was moving this, I saw that it's loose down here too. These clamps are kind of old and not very good anymore, so I think I'm going to replace this clamp, make sure that's tight. I'm going to replace this clamp, make sure that's tight. We'll replace this hose up there, make sure this is pointing the right direction, make sure that's tight, and clean everything else up.
This. Oh, dude.
Sometimes just cleaning stuff up makes it work better.
Yeah, I agree. You can see things differently.
Also, it's the best way to check for leaks is to clean stuff up. If you don't clean stuff up, you're never going to know where it's leaking from in order to fix it. So, let's go see if we can get another piece of hose that's that size.
Dan.
All right, guys. So here it is. It's all back together and back on the truck and buttoned up. We finished up a little bit late, so it got dark and we couldn't shoot it. Now, this really was a simple job, even with taking it off of the truck and bringing it on the bench and working on it there. it was a little bit cumbersome. I thought it might be easier to leave it on the truck so that way half of it is attached so you can kind of work that way. But trying to get the pick in there and get everything out and be leaning over the fender is not my idea of fun these days. So all in all, not a bad job. If I had a rating scale, I'd give you a rating of what I thought it was difficulty-wise, but I don't. So, but that's pretty much it. So on to the next project.
Well, that's it for this episode. You can leave comments below, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications when new videos are uploaded.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, stay positive, keep on wrenching.
You should maybe have a beer or something, you know?
So, yeah, you want to get us 2 beers, crack them open? I'll grab some line wrenches. And get
Dude, do they make a screwdriver that's angled? Not the screwdriver, the tip.
If the tip was angled as you turned it, it would go the wrong way. You would have to turn it like this to get it to be flat,
Yeah.
right? You mean a wobble.
Oh, dude, I can't believe I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt, dude. This is terrible. I might just cut the sleeves off. I know your fans want to see my guns.
Guts?
All right, cheers, man.
Cheers. Here's to friends, beers, and cars.
Good job.
Not necessarily in that order. Good job. Yeah, we're half done.
You guys want a tip? Put your beers in the freezer even if they come out of the fridge. 2 minutes gives you that extra crispness.
Just don't forget about them.
Yeah, I've blown so many beers up.
Yeah, they don't like that.
You wake up and it's like beer and ice in your freezer.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to disconnect the brake pedal and pull off the bolts on the inside.
Oh, that
Maybe
sounds
15.
complicated, dude.
We'll find out. Let's go inside. Not sponsored by DeWalt, but if they want to give me some free stuff.
DeWalt, man. They're too expensive.
Excuse me. That's
You
a
said
way
you
to
can
not
add-
get a sponsor.
Yeah, but you said you can edit all that stuff out.
I'll bleep it.
Plus, who really uses DeWalt? Comment in the section. You guys don't use DeWalt. I bet you use the Milwaukee's, maybe Ryobi. Guy's a hard worker. It's good to have a helper here. So I feel like I haven't been here too often for him, but I have insomnia and it's terrible. So I'm not normally myself. Hi, this is Albert's psych evaluation. Looking good, man. I'm enjoying this. Let's go. Step 2.
Look at you with the shades. We're inside now.
I know, but I look cool with these.
I want you to go very slow, so kind of like boop, 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 like that.
Can you do that again? Dude, none of these seals look bad to me, though.
We are ready to put it back together. Well,
Doesn't that bother you?
a little bit, but you know, I just work here. Working together in every kind of weather.
We just want to be better.
We were yesterday.
Oh, dude, we're rhyming.
No more rhyming now, I mean it.
Better. Oh, well.
Oh, you don't know what that's from? Come on.
No.
Movie?
There's no more rhyming now, I mean it?
No more rhyming now, I mean it. If anybody knows what that's from, put it in the comments.
Oh.
I don't think anybody can help baby Huey out there on the road.
Baby Hugh, I think that's Tommy Boy, right?
Oh yeah, good one. You got it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Is to wiggle it while you're loosening it or tightening it, because if it's off a little bit, it'll be harder.
Wiggle it just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit.
Stand by.
Dude, if I this is the answer, this is gonna be huge for Dan because he's gonna be like, I'm amazing. Oh, did you stop recording?
No, just angling so we could see you, because you were saying how amazing you were.
Yeah, if you look at this ridge, that looks like a typical O-ring that you would find on anything. It's ridged out.
And we need to find out which way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's find that out.
See you later.